Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm working on a card with this wonderful camera and piece of film on it, but I didn't want it to look new. I wanted to age it. However, I thought, how in the world am I going to distress this since all of my imaging is going to take place in Cricut Design Space? All right, let's take a look at this and I'll show you how I got this look. We're going to come over here to the canvas. I already have all of my pieces pulled. They are all from Cricut Design Space and can be found within Images. And you see here I have the floral camera, the film strip, and I have a couple of different distressed patterns here. With any card, I always start with my card blank, and I go with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I go ahead and start layering up my pieces. I'm going to go ahead and just skip all of that in this video. We're going to go straight to the distressing. I have lots of videos out on cards, so if you're curious how to set up the card itself, you could check out just about any of my card videos and I cover that. All right, so let's get right to the fun. So I'm going to come in with a shape. I'm going to pull a square. I'm going to just bring that down. And while I'm here, let's bring in a second square. All right, and just stick it right up here for now. I'm going to close this by clicking the caret. I'm going to come down and I'm going to make this approximately, let's just go with 4 or about 3.8 by, let's go with about 5.2. All right. Now I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to go ahead and make our screen appear larger. So I'm going to click this plus a couple of times. This did not change the size of my rectangle. It only made it appear larger, which is what I wanted. I'm going to come up here and change the color to white. That'll make it easier for us to see. While I'm here and I have this size, I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to come right over here, left click duplicate. I'm going to line them up to match exactly. 2 ways you can do this. You can either line it up using the pink lines that you see there, or you can swipe over the 2, come up here, left click align, left click center, and now they're exactly aligned. I'm going to come over and I'm going to hide one of them. Just going to make it go away. I'm going to come up to my distress pattern here. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to set this back up here. Now I'm going to come in and make this one a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to lay it on top of this. For right now, I'm going to move this to the back. So I left click, right click, and then send to back. I'm going to take my distress piece here and just slide it over here. You can make it whatever size you like. It depends on what you want your distress to look like. I'm going to bring it around like this. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to come up here and do it. I left click and now I right click. Now I'm going to left click on duplicate. There we go. I'm just going to kind of bring this one in and I'm going to make it about this size. Then I can come over here and duplicate. There are lots of ways to duplicate. Bring this in and just sort of put it right in like so. I'm going to move. Whoops, I do not want to move this piece. All right, that's the one piece we don't want to move. So as you're doing this, just be sure that you're avoiding that one. You could even get fancier and split these little groups up and lay them around. Whatever you want to do is fine. Now I'm going to sweep over one group of this with my card blank, my little card front. So now what I want to do is come in and sweep over each group individually with this paper or rectangle. So here we go. I can slice and slice again, slice again. Let's see. Slice that one, slice this one, and now I can start pulling these away. The next thing I want to do, let's go ahead and delete this. So I'm going to swipe over and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. Now, I need to get rid of all of the white part that has been cut away here. So if I go through this, I can simply find, if I look up here at the color, what's white and get rid of it. So I'm going to click this. You see that that little square is black. I don't want to get rid of that. This one I do, because see, the square is white. I don't need that. So I'm going to delete it. This piece I'm going to get rid of because it's white. You're wondering, why did I keep this piece, right? You're wondering that, right? Because it is the white cardstock piece. You can delete it if you like, or you can keep it. It doesn't matter either way, all right? So we're going to go on. This is more of the white that's been cut away. I'm going to delete it. This is black. I keep it. White, I delete it. Black, I keep it. White, I delete it. White, I delete it. And that takes care of everything, all right? So now I want to find that piece of paper, which is right here. I'm going to close my eye on that. I'm going to select everything here, and I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change it. If you want it sort of a sepia tone, you can go to this orange, go to advanced, and then just sort of change it over here, and that'll give you this sort of creamy sepia tone here. All right. Now I'm going to come back and find that piece again. All right. The slice result. You can find that if you like. If not, you don't have to. The most important thing you can do is find the square that we hid. Open the eye on that. All right, select. I'm going to right click. I'm going to send it to the back. Now I'm going to sweep over everything. I'm going to flatten. And there it is. Isn't that fun? Before I do anything else, I'm going to select this piece of paper or this rectangle, and I am going to duplicate it. I'm going to carefully pull that away. And now I'm going to take all of this over here, sweep over, flatten. There's our background. Now, let's get the film strip, okay? So you can do this in either order. You can either distress it first, or you can crop it first, whichever you like. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to duplicate it a couple of times first. I'm going to move two of these back up here, out of the way. So let's go ahead and let's change the size of this first. So let's bring it around. I know I want it to go up and down, sort of vertically. I'm going to stick this right here, pull it down so that it sticks off both sides just slightly. I want a little bit of this side to cut off also. All right, maybe something like this. But I definitely want to keep it to the left side of my card panel. So I think I want to go about right there. This is simple. We just take it, sweep over both, slice. And we get rid of everything now except this piece that we're going to use. So I delete. Let's bring this back. And now here comes the fun. We're going to bring this down again. And let's just change its color here just so we can see what we're doing. We're going to turn it bright yellow. We're going to bring it to the front. I'm just going to lay it over the top of this. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. Sweep over the two and slice. Pull this out and you can start to see the distressing happening. All right, let's pull this back over and let's pull it down into about here. Sweep over the two, slice. We can pull it right up here. Let's just get a little more at the bottom of this just to give it a little bit here. We can always turn this around too if we want to. Get a different angle. And let's sweep over that and slice. Now you can always add more or less distressing, right? You can do whatever you like with this. If you want more or you just want to pinpoint a little section, you certainly can. Like let's say I just want to hit this rung and this rung. There we go. I just get those and slice. All right. Now we can get rid of all of this because we don't need it. So I'm going to sweep over all of it and again hit delete on my keyboard. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this now, bring it over. I'm going to change the color of that. And I want to go to the same tone of color that I have right over here. And I believe this is it right here. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to go to advanced and I want to make it a little darker. So I want to come down about right there. I'm going to grab the two. I want to align it to the left. So I'm going to come up here, left click align left. And then I want to align either top or bottom. It doesn't matter. Sweep over, flatten. And there it is. So now I'm ready to put my little digi print on top of this. Now I have a couple of choices. I can take my camera, all right, and let's just go ahead and copy that and bring it down. I could come back and I could adhere this directly to the front of the card. I'm going to bring it to the front first. Or I can make it into a piece that I cut separately, like a die cut, and adhere it, okay? Either way, I have to get rid of the holes because you can see through this. Easy. I select, I duplicate, I take this that I've duplicated, or this one, it doesn't matter. Get rid of the contour, hide all, apply, come up to the color, change it to white. Now bring this, and I want to change that color because I didn't want to leave it this dark black. You certainly can, but I didn't want to. So I changed the color of this by coming up to color, coming in here, and now this isn't going to show up very dark when I color it. And it gives me more coloring options. I'm going to take these two, align up here at the top, left click, center, and while they are both chosen, I'm going to hit flatten. And now I can size this and it will go directly on top of here. All right. Okay, so now we have this. Now, if you want to directly adhere this to the card, you certainly can choose everything and flatten, or you can leave it separate so that you can glue this on separately. All right. For the inside of my card, again, simple. I just took my shape of a square. I chose my size, and let's see, I chose, what size did I choose here? 3.9 by 5.16. All right, so now I have this. I came over to Edit, Offset, but I'm going to Inset instead. I want to square up the corners. I'm going to go to about a 0.25, square up the corner, hit Apply, take this piece, offset, but we're really going to inset. We're going to come to a negative 0.125, let's say, apply. We'll change this to the color white. We'll change the outside to the color blue. And we'll change this one to a light gray. There we go. And now this is ready. Now, if I want this little film strip to show up here, then I could have used this one, copied it after I distressed it, or we can go through the process again. All right, so let's grab it. Let's grab this distress pattern this time. Let's make it smaller. We'll turn it yellow again just so you can see it. Bright yellow. There we go. Let's pull it in about right here. Sweep over the two, slice. We're going to bring this piece down. And again, we're going to copy it, align it, align center, hide the eye, so left click, and we will copy this by hitting duplicate, left click. Let's bring this up and put it about right like this. Let's move this paper to the back. Let's make this one really small. Let's do something a little different here. Let's move this one here like this. All right, so now all I do is sweep over these two pieces, slice, over these two, slice. Here's my piece of paper. I'm just going to get rid of it. Get rid of this. Okay, which is the outsides of this. So I'm going to click delete. The outside of this one, and again, you can tell right here that's just the outside. Click it, delete. I'm going to sweep over everything here. I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to come right up here. I know, again, this was the color I used before. I'm going to use that same color again on the inside. Now I need to come and I need to find that piece of paper, which is right here. I'm going to send it to the back. I'm going to adhere or flatten all of this. And there it is. Now, let's get rid of this. I'm sorry. Let's pull this to the front. Pull it right into the center. Take all three pieces, align, center, and flatten. And there's our inside piece. All right, let's head on over to the craft table. Let's put this together. Again, if you need help with the other parts of this card making, help yourself and check out any of my card tutorials. It's all there. All right, I'll see you at the craft table. Here we are at the craft table. Here's my little digi that I colored. I also have these little gems, and we're going to talk more about those gems later because I need those for the Path of Positivity Challenge this month. The digi I colored, and now there's the piece we distressed. This is my background layering piece that I used a Copic marker to match the inside piece because I did not have any cardstock that color. So I'm going to come in and adhere the sentiment piece to my piece of cardstock here, to the card base rather, and I'm just going to use a little ATG for that. I'm going to layer up my top layer with my layering piece. Again, just a little ATG, And then I will take this piece and adhere it to the card blank. All right, once that is adhered, then it will be time to add my little camera there. So my little camera digi, I thought, hey, let's pop this off with some cereal board. So one piece just wasn't enough, right? So I did 3 layers. I just cut 3 strips and I taped those together with the ATG. Then I added the camera with a little bit of ATG and Fabric-Tac. Now my reason for putting the Fabric-Tac over the ATG is because it gives me wiggle room. That way if I don't get it put exactly where I want it, I can slide it around a little bit and I have a few seconds to get it exactly where I like it. Now I'm going to bring in those 3 gems. Now over at Path of Positivity, our optional challenge theme is 3 gems. So you can make any project you like and just add your 3 gems to that project. So this month it's sort of fun because we're doing numbers, or this year rather, we're doing numbers, and January was 1, right? So do something for the first time. And then February was dynamic duo. So we made 2 projects that went together. And now this month is 3 gems. So you have the whole month to play along. The project just needs 3 gems, and it's always optional at Path of Positivity. Hey, thanks for joining me today. So happy you were here. Have a wonderful week. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.